Our first event was the Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center in Tulsa on Black Wall Street. Absolutely wonderful experience. The tour guide curator was absolutely caring, sensitive, listened to us, shared the information. So there were hundreds of homes. Hi, how are you?
I'm there.
Dan, I'm Dorian.
Dorian. Yeah. We all got home. I know.
Good. You good? You did look up. And Grant.
And Grant. I want to write that. Dorian. Oh, I seen you. How you doing? Okay.
I like your cut.
James, there you go. How you doing? I'm David.
I'm sorry, David. How are you?
Miss Caitlin.
Hey.
I didn't know you guys were here. This is my son, Kendall.
So did anybody get it yet?
Erica and Aunt Lydia. So you all need to get familiar with these beautiful faces because this is not a one-man show when it comes to making something like this happen, as y'all know. So we're hoping that we'll get to know more of our family at this time and get the numbers and get the emails and keep contact because it's important.
That's why they like.
So people gonna come back at 5:30 for the next because I'm at work right now.
Oh,
Yeah, they in Oklahoma now, so they won't be able to make it because it's work hours.
And they were changing fire codes and ordinances to stop them from rebuilding. They did later get the ability to rebuild bigger and better. This letter between Curtis and Oliver just shows the resiliency of the people that work here. Curtis said, "Hey Oliver, I'm sending you money. You can come rebuild with me." Oliver's like, "Curtis, I appreciate that, but the same spirit that I had when I came here, I still have it and I will rebuild here." So that's just a testament to the resiliency of the people that work here. Equipment in the car, questions and everything like that. So this picture here, I'll give you the background story of that before we go into the video. But this picture here is the GAP band is from here, but GAP stands for Greenwood, Archer, and Pine.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So there were hundreds of homes, businesses, schools, libraries, attorney's office, hospitals. All those things were in this area for thousands and thousands of people. This was their livelihood. This was their space. But one thing to help sustain their business was, or this district, was that the dollar stayed in their community before it left out. It circulated multiple times within the district before going out to other places. That's the destruction that you would see.
So mom, he dropped it. Are you all together?
No,
Yeah, okay.
How you doing?
You do that videography?
Yeah, across the yeah.
So I see you when I come in.
Yeah, it's for the family.
Yeah, it is painful, but this is something. It's really good for the young people.
Patrice's grandson, and then that is Joe. Malachi is 13 now, so that's about 10 years ago.
Wow. That's the daddy owned.
And Irma Jean, I believe they came from Arkansas together, didn't they? She had children already, but they had 4 children, Archie and Irma Jean. She had Kendrick and another son after him, but I don't know his name, but he had 4 children. And I just want to mention that Aunt Evelyn told me in that same conversation I mentioned, she said, we tried to get Mary to come to Detroit, but she just had to go with Archie. She just wanted to go with Archie to Chicago. She just had to have Chicago, but we told her sisters are here, she could come. I mean, I guess I thank God to have this conversation that she didn't go, because I know that I. Hold on, here goes somebody coming up. No, don't get down, get up.
Mask is this?
There you go.
This mask is this? Oh, yeah. Somebody's going on. If you don't wear it.
Look at his face. Who is that? Who that young lady? It's so good to see you all. I really wish we could all be together, but this is just wonderful too. Say that again. I ain't gonna go here real quick. This house here, and then I had to put it like on top. Okay, go ahead, say it again. You're in Tulsa. Yeah. Yes. You said you're in Tulsa? Yes. We're in Tulsa.
That's good. Good to see you. You look good. We all look good.
Yeah, come on. Dance now. Come on now. That's right. Yeah, look at him there, girl. You know, like.
I'm gonna tell my dad I saw you, Uncle Harold. I know he's gonna.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Okay.
Just talk to him. Everybody spoke.
They pull up Alex, the lady in the white.
Amen. Y'all come on now. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna be up here. In California, who baby? Give me a job. That's David Mary's grandson. We call him. He didn't know we took that picture of him. At that Black Wall Street History Center.
Okay.
Who's that?
That's my wonderful wife.
That's Katrina.
And
Hi,
brother,
Willie.
Well, no, they're just, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, now. Where you at?
I'm at work right now, but I just wanted to check in and tell everybody hello.
That's Willie.
I'm Willie Norman. I'm the ancestor. Hello.
And Willie.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, where you at?
That's Ann over there. She's a
I recognize you.
Look at that.
That's Mary. That's Mary.
So that is Mary. So who is this with the turban on?
That's Mary.
Oh, that's that one, ain't it? Oh, no, that's Ann. I'm sorry, that's Mary, right?
I don't know who that is.
Isn't that Mary?
With the turban?
Yeah, that's Mary.
In the turban?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know. Now Tracy said that looked like Mary, but it doesn't look like Mary.
Look like Mary.
That was Mary yesterday. That is surely her. Who was that? Who was that?
That's grandma.
She looked like she had a run back. Mom, what do you say that picture?
She said, I see it. She said, move on, move on.
That's where you visited yesterday. That's where we all.
Oh. It says Harry Lynn right in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. That's Dorothy. That's Dorothy and Harold.
Harold, too, I guess. I don't know if that's beautiful. That's Mary.
Wave your hand, Mom, so Dorothy will know that's you.
Oh, it's Mary.
Oh, Mary.
Oh, that's Mary.
Hi, Mary. Hi.
Say hi, Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy. This is Abby.
I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're the host of the zone.
We don't see Katrina. She's just doing.
Patrice, where are you?
We was at the gathering place today, and it was like a free amusement area. You look in the back, they had, it was a lot of trees, but they had all these free children climbing activities. They had
Looks pretty.
they had boat rides, climbing
Looks
walls.
good.
It was really really interactive, and I love it. So Tulsa got this. It's a free park, and they have a whole lot of attractions there.
It looks nice, all those trees.
Mhm. People are still coming in right now. That is Ziana and Martina Mary's great granddaughters.
Oh,
Well, that must be Dorothy and Harold up there at the top.
That is a mural. That's a mural.
Ann,
Hey, Dorothy.
Sister Ann, I can't hear from you.
Yeah, talk to each other, y'all. I know you hadn't seen each other in a while.
Nah, she doesn't want to see you.
I just recognized you, Dorothy. I didn't know who that was.
What?
That's
Y'all
you and
all look
Harold.
so good.
You're doing good?
We're trying.
Yeah, it's good to see you, everybody. You and Willie got to come out to see us after the.
I know we do. Was it staying there? Katrina staying there?
He's not here yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's still people coming in. But I was gonna ask, can y'all share where you all are at right now so we can know who is visiting the family reunion virtually? I see you got Elise on here. Where you at?
Hi, family. We're here. Oh, well, this is my husband, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Hey, hey.
We are here in Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Y'all in Michigan? Hey.
Hey.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna see if I can make y'all screen a little bit bigger. I'm gonna figure this out.
And I'm the youngest daughter of Keith and Valerie Way.
Come on now.
Elise, I remember when you were just a jumping bean.
Oh. That's so cute.
We're in Albuquerque.
Guys is all covered up.
Once it's all set up. Okay, we waiting on somebody else. Go ahead and tell us where you at.
I'm in Houston. This is Ann. I'm in Houston, Texas.
Ooh, come on, H-Town.
All right, now I'm Tracy. I'm the oldest daughter. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hey, what's your name, oldest daughter?
Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. And I think we friends. I'm friends with a lot of y'all on Facebook, but I don't know y'all. So I'm gonna have to come visit y'all. And my daughter want to talk on the mic. You can say something. You can say hi, my name is.
Of course.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. We're in Houston. I know we have a lot. They have a lot of cousins.
Okay, hold on. You can say I'm three.
I'm three.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
She's 8.
She's 8 years old.
Yes.
All right.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm testing the microphone. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jane. I'm the eldest daughter of Keith and Valerie Way. And this is my wife, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. We're gonna start it over because I got distracted. So don't have my ear. Okay, go ahead.
I'm Jade, and this is my wife, Kayla.
Hi.
And I'm the eldest of Keith and Valerie Way. And we are here in Oakland, California. And I'm going to be popping in and out because I'm cooking.
Okay.
But I'm glad to see you all.
We glad to see you too.
Hey,
Jay, what you cooking? What you cooking over there?
Making what is that, broccoli pasta?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make sure you show us when you're done. Okay. Okay. And she over there
I'll
cooking.
post a photo in the Coleman family reunion.
Yes. Hold on. We got some more people on here. Okay. Hey, I'm you. I see another. Look, these jeans run strong. Y'all so beautiful. Now, where y'all at?
You know, we're in Hercules, California.
California again. Okay, we may have to run up there for a reunion now.
Hey,
okay.
Jasmine.
So that's beautiful, huh?
I'm trying to see if I can turn this up.
Beautiful.
Then how do you turn up your computer speaker? I feel so special. Oh, it
Is
is.
next man?
So we got some more California folks up on here. So it's a lot of y'all in California.
Hey, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. So good to see you guys. I had to come up close.
Yes, come on.
First, I had to finish my watermelon first.
I know.
Yeah.
So, watermelon is my favorite. I was so hungry, but I said, let me get I had something in my stomach. Let me go say hello.
Hi, Valerie.
Here we are in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We miss you guys.
Okay.
I
Wait,
know.
who's this in this picture though? I gotta see this. I see.
That's Clarence.
I see on
That's
his
Clarence and his
Clarence.
family.
I recognize
Sierra.
Sierra. I see Sierra.
Yeah, that's Sierra right there.
Because
Yeah.
green light.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
I
Harold.
can go next.
These
I'm
pictures are from
Jasmine.
today.
yeah, we were just uploading and see, get y'all talking and see if y'all recognize some people and teach us who they are, because I don't know everyone.
Right.
And so many of you all in
But you-
California, huh?
You're Mary's daughter, right?
No, she's the granddaughter of Mary. This
Mom, I wanna
Tynetta-
say something.
Oh,
I forgot
Catrice is the daughter of Mary.
Come on,
She's
Catrice.
coming in a
She
minute.
was.
Catrice is organizing, so when she sit down, then we'll have her come up, because she busy setting up.
Okay,
They wanna see
okay.
who Mary's daughter is.
They're like, who was this lady that told us to come over and do the reunion?
Let me let her get in here.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna lift it up. Mom. Okay. You can, I lifted it up so they can see.
It is such a blessing to see us come together. That's all I can say. I'm Catrice.
Okay.
My mother, Mary, she's right here. You want to speak to your sister?
If grandma wanna, I don't know. We're gonna see if my grandma Mary come on up here. Grandma. She said hello, you know.
She don't want to move.
We're waiting for our uncle.
Sitting down there.
To come and say prayer.
And that's Mary.
See that, you could see Keith there next to me.
Yeah.
Now who's that next to Mary?
So for right, let me see. Yeah, we still waiting for a few more people. We're gonna go.
That
through-
was Mary there.
Yeah,
Mary.
she is. I'm the one
I
wearing
know
red,
it was two
right here
people
with the
in
red
there.
on.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna see. Listen, I feel like ever since I stopped teaching, I just feel special. And I can't remember nothing. So who else? Who can help me up here? Cam, hold on, y'all. Uh-oh, got another beautiful picture now.
Who's that?
Yeah. That's Brian.
That's
my
Brian.
in Albuquerque.
He in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, Harold. Oh. Look, I didn't take everybody pictures. When y'all post those pictures on Facebook, I just took them, and I'm a poster. Hey.
Brian,
Is he over there? Let me go back.
he just here.
That's
There's a Will and Carol.
I can go back. Let me go on back. I'm moving too fast.
Okay, here he is.
Oh.
That Will?
Hey, let me go back because I got a picture of you. Hold on. Somebody sent it, put it on the internet, and I put it up here.
Mhm.
Now, when was this picture taken? Y'all remember when y'all took this picture?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 3 years, like 2019.
Yeah,
It was my other son's wedding.
yeah.
Ah, let me see now. I'm gonna go over him. Now tell me who everybody is in this picture.
That's my sister, Willora, and Carol, her cousin.
That's who?
With Laura and Carol.
Yeah. Yeah, Willora and Carol, her niece.
So Carol, who's her parents?
Leona Brody.
Leona.
In Detroit.
Damn. So I could always see, somebody told me the Colemans children always got that similar features. Like, you know who is the Coleman's daughter? They got the features.
We do.
Yeah. And this is today as well at the, not today, yesterday we was doing our tour of the Greenwood district for Black Wall Street. Now we're gonna come back down here again, family. This is not the last time.
Okay.
It look like a brochure. Yeah, we
Yeah, I want to
advertising for
definitely
Tulsa.
come there, 'cause that was very informative, I bet. I would love to come there and visit that.
Oh, yes. They have a lot to offer here. And it's like,
Yes.
oh, the museum.
Me too.
Who's that?
Hold on now.
Grandma and granddaddy.
Beautiful.
And that's Helen George.
I know. Uncle Archie's repast.
George and Helen.
George and Helen.
Aunt Helen and Uncle George.
Yeah. My oldest sister.
I am still collecting pictures, y'all. So I can keep.
I wonder if that's Junior's daughter. Or is that
I don't know who she is.
I'm trying to see if anybody's in a waiting room. I don't know if y'all are able to let people in the waiting room, but if they are in there, feel free to let them in.
It's Helen.
Montgomery.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see
I can tell you that's her grandmother.
everybody's face
Oh, that's nice.
all together.
It's Elise, Jay.
There's two more.
Okay, I know Jonia. I know
I haven't seen her.
Bruce. Have I met Bruce? I mean, I haven't.
9.
Go Tina. Go Tina. And I'm gonna turn the music up. And did anybody know them? I know them.
I don't have the pictures they have.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
That is.
What they're looking at?
Because it's on the slides.
What?
The slides are there.
But we work at them.
Oh, you gotta go back.
So that's Uncle Archie's daughter with the hat on.
Nathan, we keeping you up?
Uncle Archie's granddaughter and his grandchildren. And that, I wish Sierra was on here because Sierra sent me this picture of us looking real raggedy. But that's Sierra, Uncle Clarence's daughter, and that's me with the glasses on, and my sister Elena when we visited Forest City.
Oh, I didn't know you all had been to Forest City.
It's been so long. That's when Ed, y'all remember Ed, Mary's husband?
Yeah.
He would take us to Forest City and to Tennessee. So that's one of them trips. And then we would visit.
Okay.
You wanna talk? Yes. Okay, my daughter want to take the mic one more time. She speak a different language right now, so we just gonna wait.
Okay.
Okay. You gonna go over there with Daddy? Yes. Okay, we love him. I love my baby girl. two girl. That's what she call herself. Ooh.
Who's this?
That's Erica.
Oh yeah, that's Erica.
That's Erica, Uncle Stan, and Lydia's daughter. And
a couple of years ago, I started having conversations with mom and dad just to get more information about their siblings and their parents and things, because as everyone here knows that we were raised here in Tulsa and not so close with everyone else. So I don't know my cousins and all my aunts and things like that. So me being of my age that I am, you begin to be reflective of wanting to know more about where you come from and the people that you stand on the shoulders of and you don't even really know, right? So if anyone is interested, I started making this list with Dad a couple of years ago about grandmothers, parents' names, what they did for a living, as well as grandpa as well. And I think I have, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the siblings and their children and who lives where. And so I just started kind of compiling, so I can share some of this information if you want to hear it. But I find it very interesting. So on the matriarch side of the family, of course, is Piccola, and her maiden name was Pendleton. Okay, she was a domestic, and her maiden name was Copperwood. No, her grandmother's, her mom's name, Cooperwood. Thank you. Okay, so she had sisters, and Dottie lived in St. Louis, and Ida, and Snowdy, and she had a son named Sherman. Is that right? Okay, and Elsie with Buddy, Lily, and Irene, and then Maddie, and had a daughter named Florence. Okay, so her brother, she had a brother named Andy, and he was a pastor in Palestine, Arkansas. And then Miss Suggs. So she was a first cousin, but she's important because she was the principal of elementary school called Stewart Elementary in Fort City. Is that right, Dad? Okay. So then on Grandpa's side, his father's name was Mose, M-O-S-E, right? And he had a sisters named Mozella, and Frances. She had Buddy, and I don't have his brothers listed. So if someone has a list of his brothers, that would be great. So now we get into children and grandchildren. So we have Marcus first. He was in the Army, and he was a mechanic. His first wife's name was Felicia Davenport, and they had one daughter. Second wife is Lucille, and they had Anita, Ono, and Yoko, right? Yeah, I have the son, but I don't have the son's name. Okay, and then we have Uncle Elmer. He was missing in action in the Korean War, and he did not have any children. And then Helen Turner, her spouse was George. She was a mail clerk, lived in Detroit, and she had children, George Jr., Denise, Valerie, Rick, and Corey. Is that correct? Okay. And then we have Aunt Arbutus, married to Donald, lives in San Francisco, children, Deborah, Donald, Nikki, and Gigi. Uncle Archie lived in Chicago, worked for the post office.
Stephen.
What about Stephen? Stephen and Arbutus?
Nikki. Oh, Nikki is Donald. Nikki is Donald. His nickname is Nikki.
Oh, okay, good. All right, and then there's
So she had
Stephen.
4 children. Donald, which is Nikki. Deborah, Allison, which is Gigi, and Stephen.
Oh, okay, I got nicknames and real names. I got you. Okay. Allison and Gigi.
And Stephen's deceased.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I wanted to kind of go over it to make sure. Okay, thank you. So Uncle Archie, Chicago, worked for the post office, and he had a daughter named Debbie, right? Deborah, thank you. Then Uncle DeJustice, he was considered the family star, according to Dad. Lived in Milwaukee.
Always lived up to it.
Yes. The first Black Secret Service, was one of the first Black Secret Service agent and worked under 4 presidents. He was married to Dorothy. Did I say that right?
Yes.
His only wife, he had Jody, DeJustice Jr., Chris, and John. Okay. And then there's Aunt Evelyn, married to John Lanford Terrell, gave me all his names. She worked in home health, and her daughters, Jonah, Jason, and Bruce. Is that right?
Jonah.
Did I say it right?
Jony.
Yes. John. Thank you.
Oh, so I'm not the only one that have one of those.
Right. So then there's Aunt Dorothy, married to Harold Love. They live in Albuquerque. Albuquerque. She made jewelry. She's very creative, an artist. Children, Harriet, Dylan, Deidre, and Shanae. Is that right? Okay, and then we have Mary Frances, lived in Oklahoma City and had Catrice and Michael. Is that right? But she's in Chicago, right? Okay. All right, Aunt Leona, lived in Detroit. She's a nurse's assistant. Her husband's name is John Brody. Carol and Jared are her children. And then there's Herbert. Hi, Sissy. There's Herbert Albert. Lived in Detroit. He was a mail clerk. He had a son, Herbert Jr. Uncle Clarence James, married to Charlotte, had, who's Samuel?
He worked at Samuel.
Oh, he worked at Samuel, okay. I was like, who's Samuel? Okay, and Sierra, Cedra, and Cedric. And then Dolores Ann, lived, husband Will, it worked in inventory control, and had Tracy and Ahmad. And then the last one, well, the next to last is dead, and then Aunt Laura Jean, she lives in El Dorado. She's a real estate. Husband's name is Winston, and they have Winston and Amber. So if you have any other names for me to add to my long list, I should Herbert, Uncle Herbert. I said
11. He was 11.
So Herbert Albert, he lived in Detroit. He was a mail clerk, and then Herbert Jr. That's on his son. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Can you airdrop that?
I sure can. Absolutely. Who's next? Anybody else want to talk?
I want to piggyback off of you.
Oh, you got, I do have one good story. So, I'm sorry.
Oh, you go.
So, I was one of the kids that loved to go to my grandparents' home, both sides of the family. And anytime that we were in a poor city, I would go, and I loved to go to Mama Coleman's house because there was two things. That 3 meals a day was gonna always be on the table when you walked in, right? So if it was breakfast, a little bit after breakfast, there was breakfast food on the table. If it was lunchtime, it was lunch food. I don't care if it was like fried hot dogs with eggs and biscuits, but it was always there. And I remember as a kid, it always felt so hospitable. It just gave the warmth. It was very welcoming, right? When she did that. So it really didn't matter what it was. It's just your kid, and there's food on the table, so we're getting ready to, get down, right? The other thing is that she always let me help her. So if she was picking greens or doing peas or whatever, she always let me help her in the kitchen. Because she wasn't as particular as my mom. Because mom was one of those, okay, let me get done, you're underfoot, that kind of thing. Not that she didn't want us to help her, it's just that she was just trying to get it done. She didn't want you doing it, but Mama Coleman was the opposite. So if she let you in her pot, stir it up, taste it, do whatever, and my mom was like, don't you take that top off. So I always loved that about her. And then the most favorite thing I loved is that, she loved Avon, right? And she had every fragrance of the lotions that came in the little twist jars and the powder puffs that you had the big powder poof thing and you could just puff it all over. And she let me put her wigs on. And I would put her wigs on and I would rub lotion and I would puff powder. And then she used the big, I think it was like a hot pink or brown thing for, how they used to use it to get the oil off their face, and I would rub my face with her powder, and I just loved going. It was like a treasure hunt, right? I would put her jewelry on, and I put her knee highs on, and I would just have myself a good old time. And then I also love to follow Grandpa around. But you have to kind of, I didn't say it. We're all family. So we would follow him around, and you couldn't really let him know he was following because he was like, go on back in the house, go on up the street, get you an ice cream or something. But he had treasures in his shed outside. We would find magazines and tools and things he's picked up, and we take them in the house, and then like Mom, he showed me how to shave him, so I was shaving him. I think I was 9 years old. Now that I think about it, I'm like, he must have been really brave to let me get a razor on his face, but he would let me do it. Lather them up and everything. So yeah, that's my fond memories. Okay, there you go.
That's Ann.
I think Will was the last one, I think.
I think she was
She
too.
was the last one born, I think was Will.
So Stanley is just, where is Stanley in there?
Stanley.
What number are you?
Stanley's
what-
after Dee Dee, I think.
No, he's later than
There's
that.
so many of y'all in there somewhere.
He's at.
Yes.
But I was thinking about mom and dad and the lineage in which we come from, you know. 15 children, at 15, 8 daughters and seven sons, and I'm the last boy in the family. I thank God for 7 daughters still living. But I was thinking about Mom Picola, and back in the day in which you can imagine the difficulty in the day in which she came up. Now, I was born in 1950, and I was the next to the last child born from mom and dad. So much of their young, and I'm not going to be long, but much of their youth was over by the time I got there. Much of their energy had ran out by the time I got there. So they just couldn't keep up with me. Yes, they couldn't keep up with me, but they imparted so much into me. The legacy that they left for me, I pray that I can leave the legacy for my children and my grandchildren. Mom, for those that know Mom Picola, she was a proud woman. Now, she was proud, but not with vanity, not that type of pride. But let me say, my mother was a teacher. Not in the educated sense of the word, but in everything that she did, she taught us. She taught us by precept and example. Now, Mom was she was a strong, silent type, but she was very, very proud of where she came from, her legacy. Now, Mom was a day worker back in Arkansas, so you can imagine. So back in that time, when the employees would come and pick them up to take them to work, they would come in these big, long automobiles. And they would have their employees, it would just be 2, and they would drive in the front and they would have to sit in the back. Not like a chauffeur sat in the back, but the sitting in the back was a sign of you're not good enough to sit in the front. You see that? So Mom would refuse to sit in the back. She would refuse. Mom said, if I have to sit in the back, I'm not going to work for you. So she was proud in that way. And she was very proud of her heritage. She was proud of her native heritage. She would always think about her hair, how nice it was. And she just was the type of woman that loved the spirit of excellence. Mom loved excellence. And if you didn't try to bring excellence to her, she would just kind of let you know. She would kind of just let you know. She didn't look down on people, but she just expected us to rise to the occasion. Now, one of the things that I loved about Mom was, and I'm going to make this short, my mother wasn't crazy about the women that dated her sons. Particularly a little short one there. But, so my wife is one of the most wonderful women I ever known. She's wonderful. Her mom Polly put so much in her. So I would call, and my mother would answer the phone like, am I taking too long? My mother would answer the phone like, when she would call and Lydia would call, my mother would answer the phone like, she would talk like this, Stan, this little girl is calling you.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. So Lydia would with all patience and all fidelity, she would go and she would go. So I went to the military. Make a long story short, I went to the military, and I came out of the military and I married my beautiful wife. So whether mom, like it or not, she was a part of the family. So what mom didn't realize was how wonderful a wife that I had married. So we had our first child, Chandria, and so I was in the military. I was overseas at this time. I was all of 19 years old. So mom would bring Chandria over to Mom Pacola's house. And Mom Pacola fell in love with Sean because she looks just like her. And so, and Sean fell in love with Mom. But, so here's what I want to know. So when Mom got over and really began to know my wife, Mom Pacola fell in love with her.
Yeah.
She fell in love with her. You know why? Because Mom had to work, as I said, daycare.
Yeah.
When Lydia would come over, she would clean the house up. And she would cook for her. And she would have dinner for her. She would do all of that because she's a stickler on cleanliness. And Mom didn't have the time to do it like she wanted to do it. So when I came back, and her opinion of my wife had changed. She had changed. She appreciated it. So I said, how is Lydia doing? Well, she's very handy. She's very handy. She fell in love with Lydia. She fell in love with Lydia. Now, I want to talk about my dad, but Dad Leon, for one thing, he was a character. He was a very humorous individual, David, I'm telling you. Now, me and Dee, we used to talk about him. Dee, my older brother, passed not long ago. So Dee and I would say that Dad was before his time. He was a man before his time. He didn't have the education, but Dad was so in tune socially with what was going on in the world. He was so in tune socially until we got tired of him talking about the social aspect of our, he was in tune socially. And that was a part of his frustration, David, because he was in tune socially and he saw the ills of this world, but there was not anything that he could really do about it. So that was the level of frustration that Dad had. But Dad was a man that he could tell you what the president should and should not be doing. He could tell you about the politics of Arkansas. He was just, his mind was just all there. But like I said, one of his frustrations was he didn't have the power, neither the ability to make a change. So he was frustrated in that way. And last but not least, he loved my wife shaving him. She would shave him all the time. So one of his main words was hot known. She said, hot known, that girl can shave. So I really appreciate this family. I want you to know, family, that you come from a very rich lineage. Yeah. You really do. And the legacy that your parents, I'm looking at Joni and Evelyn and Helen. I'm looking at you. Yes. And I'm seeing my sister in your. God bless you all.
We had a list at one point.
I had to write it.
We have to do it again.
Mm-hmm. I just give you the oldest. Elma, Helen, then me, Butte, Butte.
Then Dee, I think.
After me came, I think Archie, I believe. And then Dee. And then I think my mom had about 4 girls in a row.
Had 4 girls in a row.
I think she had
Evelyn over there.
Evelyn, Dorothy, Mary, and Oni. And then she had.
Maybe that's when our.
This keep turning off. Maybe this needs to be charged at. Okay, what religion did y'all practice then?
We could go to school activities, something at school. because the teachers were there to monitor you, but going to a movie, no, that was out.
Now, was y'all
For the
Jehovah's
girls.
Witness?
Them went. My brothers could go, but not the girls.
She said somebody that snuck to the movies.
Oh yeah, we used to sneak and do things.
Is that your daughter next to you, Aunt Butte?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is
She looks just
You all
like
may not
you.
hear what they saying, but they talking amongst each other, but yes.
Okay, so we're gonna, so you can hear us, but we may not hear you right away. Y'all can talk with each other, but we're gonna take the mic around the room and you can hear us, okay?
That's how she do.
She didn't
I don't have
even.
anything prepared. I wanted to come because I want to represent my mom, and I just tear up, but I'm okay. Just
Let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
But I know that she would just really, really appreciate this. I mean, I know it's not all of us, but it's the point that we've all taken the time to. Yes, ma'am.
Take your time.
Well, I can't even say what I want to say.
Let it
Got
out.
a lot to say, but can't get it out. But anyway, just she would just love this. She would just eat y'all all up. Ask you questions galore. You'd be like, she's something else. You would remember my mom. You would remember my mom.
Oh, yeah.
So I just really appreciate how everyone has been welcoming and opening, very open, and it's just been wonderful. Wonderful to be around you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
thank you, Dad.
I just wanted to just like her.
Many, many years ago.
But the pictures are gonna be in and out like. I'm
My grandma, Cola.
You know? Okay.
You know, keep that number in, that's her number to get in the password.
It's what?
I want to share something. I would call my grandma Cola every now and again at one point.
Oh, my grandma Cola. What? Cola.
I was proud of myself calling my grandma. So I saw this beautiful.
Okay. Bye.
And I just wrapped it up. And I talked to her on and off. She never mentioned it. I said, well, did you get it? She said, yeah.
She married again.
I'm thinking nobody talks to her like I'm calling her.
I was looking at Butte earlier and I thought she was married.
Yeah.
We must look
They
alike.
all look alike. Yep. Mhm. I think Mary calls. We talk to Mary more than any other sisters.
Yeah, Mary called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sisters.
All our friends and extended family.
It was nice to see that picture of Will. I haven't seen Will since she left California.
A picture of Will?
There was a picture of Will up there for a minute.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. I enjoyed the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. I am Chandria.
Now, where do you live? And you live in Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
Oh.
And my three.
We're really scattered around.
Yeah.
We are. We are.
After all this is over, we have to get together again.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna try and make it my point to be there next time.
Yeah.
Was anybody over there talking?
I think they're eating.
Oh. Yeah, they are. Well, I'm gonna go and hang up.
Are you all able to hear the microphone?
Not really.
I'm not.
Really.
Okay, so we may have everybody come on up.
Praise the Lord.
Pray. They can't really hear it, so you may have. If you don't mind.
I'm Ebony. I'm Stan's oldest son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's good to see everyone.
It's so nice to hear your voice.
Quite some time. So I am excited just to be amongst all of this history, all this legacy. So good seeing everyone. Hope we can do this again.
He said some relatives I never see.
Oh, yeah, I'm married also. That's my wife. I have children too.
Not just married, married with some years, okay?
How's that?
I can see Mary again. I didn't recognize her.
She's at the table, but she's sitting next to Valerie. That table, you can't really see her. She didn't come up to the camera,
Mhm.
but maybe we can ask if she will
I
come.
think she's shy, maybe. They're quiet. They're eating.
They're eating.
Well, you know what? While they're eating, I'm gonna go ahead and hang up.
Hey, Ann.
Can you all hear me?
Seeing you. Yeah, it was
Take
nice
care.
seeing you, Ann.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully we'll see you at the next reunion.
Yep.
Okay.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Bye, Butte.
Nice seeing you.
Good to
Love
see
you.
everybody.
We love
I
you.
think we're gonna log off too. Bye, Dad. Bye,
Yeah, it's me.
Bye, Ray. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you
Guys,
guys.
enjoy yourselves. We'll see you. It was
Okay.
nice to meet you, Radiance.
All right, we'll see you guys probably the next few
Nice to
months.
see you too, Gigi. I'm you.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Are you putting this video inside of our group so we can watch the video again?
Okay. Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
They saying bye. I want to say bye to everybody. No, we didn't see everybody. Oh, that's beautiful. Hey.
How's everybody doing? I wish I could be there.
We're doing good. This is us up in the banquet room right now. Johnny, is that
Let's
you
see.
waving? No, that was good. David.
Hey.
Jackson, did we wake you up? Wake you up? Jay, did we wake you up? Hold on now. I'm trying to see if you can see your face.
No,
There you
I
go.
was
There you go.
watching a movie.
You don't even
Hi,
know who
Lydia.
it is, do you?
Yeah, he said, lady. Auntie.
I mean, I can stand by.
I know you
Because he in the bed still. That's what he said.
Yeah, it was great to see you.
You too. Good
You
seeing
doing okay?
you. I'm doing well. How are you? You're looking well. Looking good.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. So are you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see
I
you.
wish I
Take
could
care of
be.
yourself here.
You too. Take
All
care.
right. Keep wearing that mask.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And look them up. Oh, somebody said, are the children there?
Yeah, they're getting there.
Oh, he gonna put them on. There they go. Get their hair done. Hey, now. There they go. That was me last night.
There's the other one. He's on the tablet. So, yep. I just wanted to drop in, say hi. Say hi to everybody. So.
In the background.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's there.
They can see you.
He's there.
Charles, how you doing?
How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh, she's on the thing. I didn't see her.
There she is.
Okay. Hi, family. Hello. Hey, family. How are you?
Fine, how you doing? Good seeing you.
I'm doing well.
Oh, that's
I'm just so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be a part of this family. We love you very, very, very much. And I just wish that you could all be here so that I could just embrace you personally. But, you know, we're doing it in the Coleman spirit, okay? So, we love you. I see you. I see you, Butte. I see Butte.
I wanted to come because I want to represent my mom, and I just tear up, but I'm okay. Just
Let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
But I know that she would just really, really appreciate because, I mean, I know it's not all of us, but it's the point that we've all taken the time to, yes, ma'am.
Take your time.
Well, I can't even say what I want to say.
Let it out.
I like to say, but can't get it out. But anyway, just, she would just love this. She would just eat y'all all up. Ask you questions galore. You'd be like, she's something else. You would remember my mom.
Yes.
You would remember my mom.
Oh, yeah.
So I just really appreciate how everyone has been welcoming and opening, very open, and it's just been wonderful. Wonderful to be around you guys. Thank you.
Who was the oldest? And Irma Jean, I believe they came from Arkansas together, didn't they? She had children already, but they had 4 children, Archie and Irma Jean. She had Kendrick and another son after him, but I don't know his name, but he had 4 children. And I just want to mention that Aunt Evelyn told me in that same conversation I mentioned, she said, we tried to get Mary to come to Detroit, but she just had to go with Archie. She just wanted to go with Archie to Chicago. She just had to have Chicago, but we told her sisters are here, she could come. I mean, I guess I thank God to have this conversation that she didn't go, because I don't know that I would have made it, but she just didn't want to go. So, that's her story. We get it.
My name is Keith Way, and I currently live in West Bloomfield, Michigan, which is right outside Detroit, Michigan. It's about 25 miles outside of Detroit.
So what type of, so was you born there?
No, I was actually born in Junction City, Kansas.
So Junction City, Kansas. So what made you come up here to Black Bottom, Detroit, over this area over here?
Oh, my mom was from Detroit, so that's why we ended up in Detroit.
Okay, mom from Detroit. Okay. Yeah. So was it, what type of change? Was it an interesting change? Was it bad or was it?
Well, I was only in the 3rd grade, so we were living at the time. We were living in California because my dad was in the Navy.
Okay.
And at the time that they decided to part ways, she came back to Detroit and he went back to New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So did you go to a grammar school and high school?
Yes, I attended elementary school, middle school, and 2 years of high school in Michigan. I did attend 1 year of high school down at John Tyler High School in Tyler, Texas.
So was it a private or public?
Public schools.
Okay, quite interesting.
All public schools.
Okay,
When I graduated, I went off to Michigan State University, got a degree in civil engineering.
Okay, so now is that like designing streets, something like that, or what is that?
Well, I was really trained to design airplanes.
Okay.
Well, I was in civil engineering, so civil engineers is the broadest field of engineering. And but what I ended up doing is I ended up starting my first official job out of school was working for what was then called Michigan Bell, part of the AT&T system.
Okay.
And I worked in the engineering department there for 10 years, and I was responsible for ensuring that there was capacity in our switching offices to carry calls.
Oh, okay. So that's like a dispatch program or something like that.
Well, not quite dispatch. More of making sure that there was when you pick up your phone that you've got dial tone.
Okay. Yeah.
Making sure that there's capacity for you to make the phone calls that you wanted to make.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And how did you meet this sister over this lovely lady over here?
Well, my wife is a Coleman.
Okay.
Her mother was a Coleman.
Okay.
And so my wife by default is a member of the Coleman family. And actually, my family has known her family for many years.
Okay.
My mother sold her family encyclopedias.
Oh my God.
My mother was a teacher, so she
Your
sold
family
them.
knew her family.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay.
Even though we did not know each other, actually probably for our junior high and high school years, probably, maybe even elementary years, we lived right around the corner from each other.
So how'd you meet her at a party, disco, bar? Or?
It was actually at our church. She came and played at one of our annual harvest concerts.
Okay.
No, nothing. I did have one of my mother's younger brothers worked with Dr. Martin Luther King for many years. they had relocated to the Atlanta area when they worked with him.
Okay.
My uncle, Robert L. Green, he was the first director of education for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference.
Okay.
So I am the daughter of Helen Turner,
Okay.
who is a Coleman, the oldest daughter
Okay.
of the Colemans.
Okay.
And she is now passed.
Okay.
And I am I was one of 5.
Okay.
Born to the union of George and Helen Turner.
Okay.
But now my oldest brother, George Jr., and my oldest sister, Ava Denise, have now passed as well. So I am now the oldest of the 5 Turner children who were born.
Okay.
So I am the matriarch
Oh my goodness.
of the family now, which is something that you just learn to accept.
Right.
Yes.
So that's responsibility whether you accept it or not, huh?
Exactly.
Exactly. So how many children do you have?
So my husband and I have 3 children,
Okay.
3 girls,
Okay.
and 2 of the girls are living in Northern California. They live in San Francisco
In California. Oh my goodness. Okay.
and Oakland, California.
Okay.
And then one of the daughters, thank goodness, is living in Michigan and not too far from her parents.
They live in Michigan?
Yes, yes. The youngest daughter lives in Michigan with her husband.
So now what trade did you get involved with? Police, psychology, a teacher, doctor?
For
what?
me?
Yes, you.
So I am a retired teacher.
Okay.
I taught in the school systems of Detroit and Southfield for
Okay.
35 years.
Okay.
And I retired now, I retired in 2013.
Okay.
So that's been quite a little ways ago.
So now was that school? Was that grammar school, high school, or what?
I was teaching when I retired at Southfield High School. It's a
Okay.
suburb of Detroit.
Okay.
And I, like I said, I taught maybe in the Southfield schools for about 17 and a half years before I retired.
So were they, was it all black, white, Hispanic, or a combination of what?
It's a combination district. Mostly at this point in time, it would probably be predominantly black.
Okay.
But when I taught there, like I said, I've been retired now, about 10 years, 9 years. It was more of a mixed community, diverse, But I think it's changing.
Okay. So now how did you meet this man right here? Did you sweep him off his feet? Did you grab him or something like that? Or you took advantage of him or what?
I was taking advantage.
I understand the same way.
Actually, today is our 39th
Actually,
wedding
today
anniversary.
is our 39th
So almost 40
anniversary. July 30th, we got married some 39 years ago. And today is our anniversary, and we decided to spend it here with you and you and you and the whole reunion committee.
So what would you say to somebody who's trying to get to that where you are, as far as the marriage, something like that?
Well, the biggest thing about marriage is, the key thing is communication as you grow. Because you will be growing and your spouse will be growing, and you just hope that you will grow in ways that complement each other together. So, if you can continue to communicate with one another and continue to grow, I guess, parallel.
Okay.
You're not going to grow exactly in the same ways, exactly at the same times, but hopefully you don't get too far off track as you're growing.
So, now, what do you say to that? Give me the microphone now.
I guess I have to
You better agree.
Ditto. I agree. You know, people are different. And, you know, even as long as we've been together, we still have different hobbies and
Of
different
course.
things. But then we have a lot of commonality that
Right.
keeps
Right.
us together.
There you go.
As I say, it's kind of like life. It's not for the squeamish, and it takes work.
Right.
But you got to be willing to put in the work to get results.
And so now what about all these changes that you've seen in, I guess, in drugs and sexism and racism and how's that affected you some of that at all?
Well,
and you've seen a bunch of changes. I'd imagine since you've been there, haven't you?
There have been a lot of changes, and I don't let it get to me.
Right.
You know, the Bible has foretold a lot of this stuff that's going on now.
Right.
Racism, you would think that we would be beyond that at this point.
Not at all, of course not.
But no, that's why I was asking people here what their experience is, even living here in the Tulsa area, seeing that, you know, that big uprising happened here during Black Wall Street.
Right, yeah.
So in the early 1900s. So, you know, you got to wonder, you know, a lot of those families are still here.
Right, and there's some.
Both the white families and the black families. So what is the undercurrent here in terms of people being able to get along?
Right.
And it seems like it's somewhat been put to rest, but I suspect there are undercurrents.
Right, and you know that.
Yeah.
And especially with Reverend Trump being in office on.
Oh
yeah.
So and that is the fact that he was elected president is also indicative of the state and health of the country.
That's right.
And being the daughter of the oldest daughter, it seems to me that all of the siblings had come to visit at some point, come to visit my parents, George and Helen. At some point, we had, out of the 14 children, I'm going to say maybe at least somewhere between 10 and 12 of them. So I kind of got to know a lot of them, even though that wasn't really the role that I played. I wasn't the one who was reaching out to cousins and aunts and uncles like my sister, who was right above me. She was the one who was the family person, called everyone and welcomed them in and just loved on people. So I wasn't like that, but I did get a chance to meet most everyone. This is the family that I don't know. It's all of you. The ones who lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I didn't get a chance to know, and I didn't get a chance to know Mary's children. But being here today is really, thank you, Katrias, Tanetta, for your efforts. The last Coleman family reunion was in Michigan, and it was. We have the picture as proof. It was well attended, I guess one of the 20 years ago or so reunion where we had many of the brothers and the sisters come to Michigan where I live. And that was, I think, 20 years ago. I'm not really even sure how many, but they really showed up for that reunion. So here we are maybe 20 years later, and it's wonderful to see the second generation taking it on and bringing it to life. You know, how they say, come hell or high water. They did it, and that's what I'm here for, is to support you and to commend you for your efforts in bringing the family together. I think it's just a beautiful thing, and I thank Stan and Lydia for every part that they played in making this happen right here in their home state. And it was a lot of trouble getting to this state, but we are here. And we are thankful to be here. My husband and I, we came through a lot of cities and states to get here. So we're so glad that we were able to come. So thank you again, the committee, the planning committee. You put together a wonderful website with all the activities and hotels and all the information. And we needed, all we needed to do was get here, and that's what we overcame.
Erica played a major role.
This is the history center. Didn't he say it's the difference between a history center and a museum?
Right.
So this is the history center of Black Wall Street in Tulsa. Yes.
What Tulsa was, Oklahoma, and it got burned down or something like that. They were, and I remember that, they were saying it was Black Wall Street, that's what it was called.
Yes.
So,
How you doing there?
Hey, Lindsay. So you all right? That's when we did a tour of the center that went over the incidents that took place before the Black Wall Street.
Get together that we don't have to close
Great. So we got some more family coming in. We got Zoom.
I'm Valerie. Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Yes,
Ebony. Jennifer, Ebony, I remember you.
Yes, yes. He was a little fella. What?
Earlier, and I remember going down to New Mexico and visiting Aunt Dorothy and Uncle Carol. I was trying to remember who taught us how to put salsa in our eggs, and that might have been Aunt Ann. I can't remember who taught us that. Well, that was Dorothy. It was Aunt Dorothy? Okay. I didn't know why not that. I like it too. That's the way I think of that. We picked it up.
It's right there.
I'm sorry.
But at the end of the day, the children got to know each other. They played, they had fun. We went to the church, and it was just a wonderful service, which was the capstone of our event. The name of the church is Praise Christian Faith Center, and it was wonderful.
Glory,